Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have a special guest and dear friend of mine, Mr. Jim Fuller. And today we're going to be talking about this cool gun right here. So you probably just saw me shooting it a little bit. This is basically a 5.56 AK, but it's not just any 5.56 AK, and that's kind of what I want to talk about here with Jim. So Jim, kind of tell us a little bit about the story around this gun, because it's really cool. I basically traded a guitar for this AK, and he knows I've been looking for an AK in general, but specifically a 5.56 AK, just because I kind of wanted something that I could shoot with like the same ammo as a bunch of my other guns. But at the time of this recording, funny enough, 5.56 is harder to get than like 7.62 by 39, and in some cases 5.45. So it kind of just evens out anyways. But yeah, go ahead and tell us a little bit about the gun.
Well, I originally got this in probably, I think it was 08 or 09. And, you know, I was over at K-Bar, and the manager there at the time told me, he says, you know, we got a bunch of these 106 CRs. You know, really, 5.56? And I said, everybody hates 5.56 AKs. He says, yeah, that's why we got a lot of them. And I thought, well,
what a time.
what a time, you know. And it was just funny. So I thought, well, you know what? I don't have, you know, I mean, if there was ever, at that time I was thinking if there was ever a reason that AK ammo would go away, and you know, we see this shit all the time. I thought, well, at least I could still run an AK platform. It's just I just have to clean it more, you know, because it's, you know, 5.56. So I bought it for that reason. It was just basically a backup gun, you know. And I think I bought like 10 or 15 mags with it too, because it was cheap. It wasn't much. They weren't moving, you know. Nobody wanted 5.56 AKs. So I thought, why not? I'll stick it in the closet, you know.
Yeah, now these things are like $2,000 for just any kind of AK now.
Yeah, and this is, you know, this is back when Arsenal was putting out some pretty good stuff. I mean, this is, you know, the 08 era. They hadn't quite slipped into their quality control problems yet. But anyhow, I had this gun, and I just kept it stock for a long time. It was, like I said, the basic CR model, and but then I don't know, somewhere, I think it was around 2013 or 14, when I think the ammo was there was some kind of ammo ban going on or something.
There was another crisis.
Yeah, another ammo crisis, you know. I think it might have been with 5.45. That's why I thought, well, you know what? If people are bitching about 5.45, maybe we'll put out a 5.56 AK. I call up K-Bar. Yeah, we got a bunch of them still in stock. Okay, let's go. You know, so we, this was mine personally, like I said, so I took it and built a prototype out of it. And the things you can see, we redid the front end with the front end we used to use back in those days, the version 2 of the Venom block. I was running silencer co-suppressors back then, so that's the device that's on it. Ultimac, a few other things that we did on this gun is, you know, like on the triangle folder, we added a QD on this side, yeah, because I always hated this, just pain in the ass, you know. Treb safety, of course, which is always handy. Ultimac, and the gas on this thing, you know, the problem with a lot of people didn't know much about back then was that the AK is a much higher pressure round, and when they've gassed them the same as they did a 5.45, they were way over gassed. So we essentially changed this barrel originally. We got another Bulgarian barrel that wasn't ported yet, and we ported it at the size that we felt would be better for this gun, and it worked out well. And of course, you got a gas adjustable block here too, so it made it a lot more suppressor friendly. But it was still kind of gassy, so we ended up putting some ports in the bottom of the Ultimac as well as the holes on the side of it, which allowed a lot of the stuff to blow off and not back in your face. So it was pretty pleasant gun to shoot, even with a can on it.
What's up, guys? I want to talk about one of the sponsors for the channel, Carnivore Snacks. Now, I've been looking for something that's been healthy and field expedient to eat when you're at the range, at the field, at a Milsim event, and I actually stumbled upon this on accident. This stuff is next level. You'll literally never eat beef jerky ever again once you try this stuff. So basically what it is a meat chip, and it's like legit meat. This stuff is amazing. So be sure to check it out. I have a link in my description and in my bio. You can also use the code Spartan117GW. It'll give you 15% off on Carnivore Snacks. So be sure to check it out. Back to the video.
The thing is, I did use this gun for a class. I took a Thunder Ranch class for 3 days with this gun and ran it suppressed the whole time. And that's when I realized that the 5.56 AK, you really do got to do maintenance on this gun. When I ran this gun all day with a can on it, you could tell by the end of the day it was starting to get a little sluggish and maybe it might be prone to malfunctioning. I never had one malfunction with it, but I did clean it every day at the end of the day. I was running a can on it. It was really dirty. So, and plus also there I had to run frangible animal for the time, which was extremely dirty.
So running normal 5.56 ammo probably won't get as dirty as quick, but like with frange, you'll get a little dirtier quicker.
Well, Well, I think I was running wolf and frangible that. Okay. So I kind of the dirtiest ammo I could feed it, But it ran.
Torturing the gun.
But it ran. It did, and it's always been a good gun. And but it's kind of always sat on the side, because nobody wanted 5.56 AKs, and then all of a sudden we put this out, and the next thing you know, now they're I can't remember how long ago.
Made it a thing.
I think we put these out around 2016 or 17. I don't remember when we did it. When we actually did this thing and converted it, put them on the market. But they sold really well. They were very popular. And then now everybody wants a 5.56 AK. They don't want a 5.45.
Yeah, because yet again, another ammo crisis.
Yeah, it always does that.
And stuff like that. So.
As I say, it comes in cycles. It'll change too.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why I want it, because I was like, man, I want an AK that I could shoot with all my existing ammo. So it kind of logistically makes my ammo situation a little easier. But obviously, I wanted one that was built by you because it's like this thing is smooth like glass. Like it's literally like some of the stuff that you do to the guns. It's just I put it in someone's hands who shot an AK before, and they were just like, what the hell is this? Like, what'd you do with this thing? It's just completely different feeling, The
thing is, when you play with these guns long enough, you find a lot of little things inside of them, that makes the mag insertion a lot easier, a lot smoother. The safeties move a lot easier. Working the rails and tuning everything right to where there's no drag or nothing. Proper spring tensions. There's a lot of stuff that you can do that most people don't even know you can do that can make the gun shoot a lot nicer and give you better performance overall. So,
how far have you taken this gun out to shooting it?
The farthest I took it was in that Thunder Ranch class, and we were shooting steel. I think it's 600 yards in that class. So, and I was hitting.
5.56.
Now it's man-sized steel, so I don't know what kind of group I was getting. It was at 600 yards, but I was ringing it every time.
With a red dot, like I think you were probably running an aim point similar to that one.
Yeah, I was running a T1.
Yeah,
and I had worked on my holdovers. I had a pretty good idea what my holdover would be. I think I missed my first shot because I was a little low, and then once I found it, I was on it all the time. So, but yeah, it's a very, very good performing gun.
Yeah.
So if you got to go with the 5.56 AK, it's not a bad thing. Just be prepared to clean it more.
Yeah, and it's going to shoot far and relatively flat and straight, and so. I just think it's cool. I mean, just like any other, people were like, talking about ARs and shooting them out to 500-600, but like, the same thing with an AK, which is pretty cool, especially if it's like a 5.56 AK, which has got a beautiful trajectory.
Well, the AK's accuracy has really always been limited by the caliber. The 7.62 was never going to be able to be as effective at distance like a 5.45 or a 5.56 would be, which is why the Russians came up with the 5.45. They had to compete with what we were doing.
The flatter trajectory of the 5.56, but it's a beautiful gun and super smooth. For some weird reason, whenever I shoot this gun in particular, I run through ammo really fast. One, because it's extremely fun to shoot, but it just, between like the way it's set up, how smooth it runs, the trigger that's in there, it is like the trigger reset on that thing is like insane. Like I can run that gun just as fast, probably maybe even faster than some of my ARs. Like it's a really fast gun. And I also, like, one thing, like, look, kind of coming over from ARs, but I definitely shoot that gun with a gloved left hand 100% now because it gets a little
hot. The stippled handguard, the
Yeah.
heavy stippling on the hand, that's because I always wore a glove, and it was able to, you could grip it better with the
Yeah, you
heavy
grip it
stippling.
way better.
So-
And I was having a blast shooting this
Now,
thing.
the original Arsenal handguards with the heat shield, they don't transfer heat real bad, but just above it, it's kind of warm.
Yeah.
So,
and
or forward of
I
it,
like
the sling ring too is always a real scorcher.
Oh yeah, I mean
Or you can just go full mag mount.
Oh yeah, you can do that too. But yeah, it's just any of the metal components on the front. Like whenever you run an AK, just definitely bring a glove to the range, or your hands are gonna hate you.
If you plan on running more than a couple of mags, that is.
Yeah, but like this is like my Red Dawn gun-ish kind of thing. So no, I love this gun. This gun's fucking awesome. It's just fast, smooth shooting gun, And it's even cooler because it was his.
Well, what's cool about this is he traded me a guitar for it that I really love. As a matter of fact, I was just practicing. I was doing my morning practice session with that
sweet.
guitar this morning.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was kind of a thing that we both enjoyed benefiting from.
Yeah. And I think that's cool is that this was like the template that kind of laid the groundwork for, NATO AKs in America really kind of becoming a thing when you kind of made it popular, a couple of years ago. So, yeah.
Yeah, we sold a lot of these, man.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Well,
And then Kavar, I think, ran out of them.
yeah. And I mean, if you try to find even just the base model of this without all the modifications that Jim's done, it's
this
still...
is a CR, too, which was originally like a 105.
Yeah.
Intended to be a 105. And most of the ones that were out there were the FRs. And some of the FRs later on, I think that they had some quality control problems with them. I don't know. But
So the CR is a more desirable variant.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a whole lot different than the other one. It was just set up different,
Yeah.
It had originally had a standard 105 block on it.
Well, I mean, like I said, like even going Gunbroker, anywhere else, trying to find just the base model of anything remotely like that, you're going to be paying a premium.
A couple grand minimum.
Yeah, easily. Which, like, how much did you pay for this gun back in the day?
God, I think they were like $600. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But I mean, that was a long time ago.
There's airsoft guns that cost more than that. Like from when he bought it, and there's probably back then too. So that just blows my mind.
Well, yeah, at the time, I think the regular 7.62 and 5.45 guns were $800 or $900. So these were priced for quite a bit less because they couldn't sell them. So that's like, I'll take one.
Right. They couldn't sell them then, but now these things are like
now they fly off the shelf
worth
if
their
they
weight
had
in gold right now, especially with everything that's going on in Ukraine and everywhere else, and the way the world's going. You kind of want a 5.56 AK if you can get your hands on one. Yeah. But But Jim, thanks for coming on.
My pleasure,
and
brother.
Talking. Thanks for the gun too.
Oh yeah, enjoyed it, man.
This thing's beautiful.
I may have to get me another one someday. Well, actually, we're working on something, aren't we? No comment.
If you know. But yeah, no. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out the links in my description. I got discounts for all kinds of cool stuff. Infinity targets, carnivore snacks, saver equipment, all kinds of cool stuff. Also check out Haley Strategic, and of course, check out Jim's social media and Fuller Phoenix, because currently building a lot of cool guns for customers out there. But if you know, you'll see some cool stuff on the horizon. But yeah, that's the beautiful 5.56 gun built by Jim Fuller.
Old school.
Thank you guys very much. We'll see you guys next time.